Hello, Yins guys. Well, today's Mindfulness Power Hour is going to be a little different because I am not at home. I am not even in the state of Pennsylvania right now. I am actually enjoying some camping out in the woods, getting ready for some honk goose egg Cleveland with my youngest two kids. It's a nice little family road trip to enjoy some live music. It's a good old time. Definitely some self-care action happening. And that's right, making some of them core memories. But it does affect what I'd like to do for the Mindfulness Power Hour because I don't have a lot of cell service. And I will actually be at the concert tonight when this video premieres. I know I could have rescheduled things. I could have canceled things. But I am really committed to the process here, committed to showing up every second and fourth Thursday for the summer of 2025 to promote mental health awareness, to promote self-care, to promote the mindfulness ability, to keep encouraging all you wonderful people out there to make those investments in yourself, develop that mindfulness ability, strengthen that self-care routine. So, instead of rescheduling and canceling and all that jazz, I figure what I can do is pre-record some awesomeness for Yinzall and then upload it as a YouTube premiere. So you'll be seeing this live tonight at 8 p.m. as Goose is about to take the stage and me and my kids are about to rage. Sounds like the best of both worlds to me. So as we've been working to start off these power hours, we like to discuss first what our self-care has been looking like, right? One thing I am kind of, have to admit, I have not been working out the way I was. Life has been lifey. There's been a lot going on at home, a bunch of traveling for Father's Day and this trip. So I just have not been working out the way I wanted to or should be. Hopefully, when we get back home here on Saturday and get started next week, we'll be back on that workout routine. Definitely noticing a difference. But in terms of self-care, right, I was able to enjoy a wonderful musical festival called All Good with my dad on Sunday, Father's Day. We danced to some of our favorite bands for 12 hours, which I think is a pretty awesome feat at age 38 and age whatever the hell he is, 65, 66. So I think that was a pretty incredible act of self-care, right? And I still got home and did chores and did things. And before we left for this, me and the kids made sure we cleaned up the house and read it up as good as we could to make sure the wifey had a nice clean house to come home to. Self-care, right? Happy wife, happy life. So what about your self-care? Right? Please, as I always keep saying, I want this to be as interactive as possible. I want to hear from you guys, whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching it on a replay. I want you to comment and share. What is your self-care looking like? What investments have you made in yourself this week? Right? It's an important thing to keep that front and center. The other thing that we like to make sure we check in with when we start these power hours is talking about what are we grateful for. Right? What are we recognizing that is going so well in our life? And I think right now, what I am really grateful for is my family. Right? Bottom line, I'm grateful for my dad. Always been there for me, fighting for me, working hard to help me grow as a human being, as an adult. Hanging out with him for, this weekend for Father's Day was immaculate. My wife is amazing for being so supportive and understanding that I need to travel like this, that this is my self-care. This is how I prevent my burnout. I continue to work so hard to help all you wonderful people out there. My kids for wanting to go on a road trip with me, for wanting to hang out with me out in the woods for a few days, right? That's pretty awesome and spectacular. So I'm just really grateful right now for my family. It's pretty special and amazing what's going on here and the support and love that we feel for each other, the growth that we have, that when we make mistakes, we turn to each other, we talk about it, we try to do bigger and better things each and every day. I think we work hard, all of us, to inspire each other, to care for each other, to have fun, but learn and take care of ourselves. It's a wonderful thing, that's for sure. Sorry, ADHD brain. There's a crick right here, and I just noticed there's a stream that's like, yeah, you can't see it, but ADHD brain, sorry. But yeah, I think that's what I'm really grateful for right now. It's just my family, how supportive and loving every member of the family is, how well we seem to get along and actually enjoy each other's company. It's a great and beautiful thing. It really is. So, much like that self-care, what are you guys grateful for? Hey, what is going on in your life that is so awesome, so amazing, that you're proud of, happy of, that you want to share loud and proud for the rest of the world? Now, what are you grateful for? What are you want to express gratitude for? Please comment, share, let me know. Let's build this community. Let's talk to each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's validate each other's existence, right? Let's make sure that we're carrying on and having these conversations both online and in real life, because we have to stay focused on our self-care in this crazy world. It's so important to recognize what is going right, what we are grateful for. So, now that we have talked about our self-care routine for the last couple weeks, now that we have been able to express what we've been grateful for, right? And now comes the time in our programming where we are going to do a little bit of a meditation. This meditation is a script that I was provided with in one of the trainings I did, and then I modified it to fit my kind of flow. We're going to start off by doing some breathing exercises, and then we're going to work on some body awareness, right? I think it's going to be a really awesome thing. Being that this is pre-recorded, I'm going to stop this segment here, and then we're going to see a nifty little transition thing, and then we will go ahead and get into our meditation piece. So if you're not quite in a comfortable place, whether you're sitting down, laying down, you need a drink of water, please use this moment to get yourself ready, get yourself comfortable, because it's time to do some meditation. Hello. Here we go with a meditation helping us develop that mindfulness ability. Because remember, mindfulness is not what you do, it's how you do something. There is a lot of different ways to develop that mindfulness. We can mindfully eat. We can mindfully listen to music. We can take mindful walks, right? Today, what we're going to use to develop some mindfulness is first a breathing exercise and then a grounding exercise. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. Because again, that's what this is about, but it's also to give me opportunities to lead these meditations, to continue to get more and more comfortable with teaching people how to meditate. That imposter syndrome runs deep, especially when we do exercises like this. So bear with me. We're going to power through this and try to make this as meaningful and as special of a mindfulness power as we can. So as we're getting started here, please make sure you take a moment to get all comfy. You can lay down if that's easiest for you guys. Again, we want you to be as comfortable as possible as we go through this breathing exercise, through this meditation. I want us to point out that most folks go through their whole day without thinking about their breath, but it's literally what keeps yins alive, right? So today we're going to really take a moment to take a few deep breaths and build some of that body awareness to showcase how impactful harnessing the power of our breath can be. Let's take 5 deep breaths together. Let's inhale deep. Let that belly expand like a balloon. Let's hold it for a second. And then exhale nice and slow. Feeling that wave of relaxation washing all over yins. Let's take another deep breath in. Filling up those lungs, holding it. And then we're going to exhale, letting that calm wash over all yins all over again. We're going to inhale real deep. Feeling every part of yin's body. Pause for a second. Soak in that good oxygen. Exhale slowly. Notice how your body relaxes without yins even trying. Let's take another big breath. Feeling it purify yin's soul. See if you can notice how it feels to inhale all that air. What about how it feels to exhale? One last big breath in. Hold it. Feeling all groovy in that. And we're going to exhale slowly. Letting that wave of calm flow over yin skies. Now let's take a moment to check in on how we are feeling. Do we notice any changes from when we first started? Is there a sense of calm? Has the voices in your head softened or disappeared altogether? Since we got a good taste of nice relaxation, let's build upon that by exploring some of our body awareness. An important thing to understand about mental health is that sometimes our mental stress, all that toxic stress, all that anguish from daily life shows up in our physical vessel. So being aware of how the body is feeling and any changes can be really helpful to building that strong mental health. Can also pinpoint maybe when we're dealing with some real anxiety or depression. So now, while we're breathing slowly and calmly like we were before, nice slow inhales and exhales. Let's see if you can focus Yin's attention on the top of Yin's heads. Let that awareness drift from the top of our head slowly down to the bridge of our nose, right in between our eyes. Still breathing nice and slow. Noticing how they feel, enticing those eyes to relax. Now move to that nose of yours, feeling that air flowing in and out. Feeling that air in and out of the nostrils, in and out of the mouth. When we breathe in, let's picture ourselves getting filled with some positivity and love. And when Yin's breathe out, fins yinzselves get lighter and lighter. Now let's check out Yin's ears. Pay attention to how they be feeling. What sounds do Yins notice? Can you pick out each individual sound? Or is it all mushed together? For now, try to focus on my voice. Let it guide you while other sounds help you sink deeper and deeper into that relaxation. Bring your attention to your mouth. What do you notice there? Do you happen to be parched? Is there any changes that happen if you imagine biting in to your favorite food? Now, let's move to your neck and shoulders. Perhaps you need to give them a wiggle. You need to roll them around, right? Trying to relieve any tension and stress we may feel. Trying to get them to really relax and fall down. Focus on those arms and those hands of yours. Are they resting in your lap? By your side? Do they feel heavy? Do they feel invisible? Now I'll turn that focus to your chest and your upper back. Let's bring in deep here. Deep as we can. And continue to release any of that tension that we may be having. Now, let's move that awareness down Yin's legs. all the way down to Yinz's feet and toes. Let's give those toes a little wiggle. What about your feet? Are they planted on the floor? Or are they curled up underneath you? If you're wearing socks or shoes, can you feel them covering your skin? Let's take a moment to notice how completely relaxed yins are right now. As we wrap up this exercise, a big thing I want yins to remember is that doing exercises like we just did can have a real cumulative effect on the brain. This means while they are helpful if done solo on a one-off kind of thing, is great, but they really slay when practiced every day. You see, each time we take that time in for ourselves, we are growing healthier and more vibrant brain fibers. By making exercises like this one that we just did a part of our daily self-care routine, such as brushing your teeth or taking a shower, you can literally grow yinzselves a healthier brain. And with that healthier brain, we can better handle life's craziness. So yeah, yins guys, get out there and get practicing them coping skills. It's time for yins to get battle ready, because life is gonna battle test us. Peace. Now, as we are building this wonderful mindfulness community and continue to promote that mental health, at the end of today's Power Hour, I want us to just take a moment to enjoy some running water, the sounds of a babbling brook. There's something about the sounds of rushing water that calm us, that bring a sense of peace. So after checking in with our self-care, checking in on our gratitude, going through a wonderful meditation, I think it would be wonderful to relax and reflect and sit here and listen to the sounds of the running water and think about our intentions. Think about the goals that we have for ourselves. What is it that we want to accomplish today, tomorrow, this week? What is it that we want to get better at, learn, get educated on? Or where do we want our life to go? How do we get our life looking how we want it to look? Let's spend the next 30 or so seconds just sitting here, reflecting, thinking, building, dreaming, planning. Well, folks, it sure has been fun today. I am super glad that I still showed up for myself, for yinzselves, to promote that mental health awareness, to build that mindfulness ability. This was definitely a very unique Power Hour. Definitely excited to be able to pull something off like this, because it does mean, despite what I got going on with life and traveling and all that, if I'm really dedicated and devoted to this process, I can still make something happen. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, make sure you're liking, subscribing, and commenting and sharing away. We need to work collaboratively together to build this mental health community, to normalize talking about mental health. I'll catch all yins guys in 2 weeks for another edition of Mindfulness Power Hour, and that one will be on July 3rd, the first Thursday in July, which also happens to be my Padre's birthday. So until then, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, invest in yourselves, promote that self-care. Don't be afraid to talk about your mental health. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.